No, 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 that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 206. Air Force Base Amberley, Brisbane, 3:03 a.m. Immediately after speaking with Pilatray, Clive Voss had dashed down to the radio room for a final confirmation with Willie Alley concerning their 3 o'clock rendezvous. Following their conversation, Alley had left the clandestine ASIO substation, remotely started his deceptively common light blue Toyota Camry, then headed northwestward on Brunswick Street. Mindful of the revelers who were still in the streets celebrating the new year, he made his way to the inner city bypass, then took the Legacy Way toll road southwestward to the Western Freeway. Exiting onto Centenary Highway from the Western Freeway, he crossed the Brisbane River before taking the Ipswich motorway to the Cunningham Highway, which he followed to the Ipswich Roadward exit to Southern Amberley Road and onto Amberley Base. Voss, rolling down his window and handing his ASIO credentials to the Amberley security gate guard, said, "Morning, Corporal. Please phone the tower and tell them ASIO Agent Clive Voss is here to meet flight BRS from Porton Barracks and that I'm on my way." The corporal squinted at Voss's credentials, nodded, handed them back, and said, "Yes, sir. Do you know where you're going?" "I do," Voss said, nodding once as the corporal handed him his credentials. "Thanks, and Happy New Year." "Happy New Year to you," the man replied as Voss rolled up his window, rolled forward, then proceeded northward up F111 to Canberra Drive, where he was again stopped by a bored but attentive sentry as he neared the control tower. The guard held her hand out with palm facing Voss and said, "This is a restricted area. You'll have to leave your car in this lot." Voss nodded, said, "Yes, ma'am," and he offered her his credentials. "I'm cleared to go to the tower." The guard squinted at Voss, took his credentials, nodded, and said, "One moment." Activating her walkie-talkie, she said, "This is Station 3. ASIO Agent Clive Voss is entering the security zone on his way to the tower with his vehicle. Over." 10-4, Station 3. Send him on, a voice crackled via the walkie-talkie. 10-4, Tower. Sending Voss through, she replied before returning the microphone to its clip, nodding her head and handing Voss his identification before waving him onward. "Thanks," Voss said with a nod before driving to the small parking lot that was closest to the tower. Voss parked, locked his vehicle, and started towards the tower. Prior to reaching the door, a lieutenant met him on the sidewalk and nodded to him. "May I see your credentials, Agent Voss?" the lieutenant asked, holding out her hand. Reaching into a pocket as he quickly glanced at her name tag, Voss said, "Here you are, Lieutenant Walton. Clive Voss, ASIO." Walton looked at the identification, then looked Voss in the eyes as she handed it back and said, "Flight BRS radioed in less than 5 minutes ago and said they'd be landing soon. Did you want to wait in the tower, the brig, or meet them on the runway?" "Thanks for asking," Voss said as he walked with her towards the tower. "This package deserves special handling, if you know what I mean. Let's meet them on the runway." "Right this way," Walton said, flashing a coded badge that allowed them access to the tower, then holding the door for him.